Well, it's really feeling spring-like now, which is nice. I've been waiting for it a long time. Problem is I got a lot to do, and I just want to roll around in the sun and take a nap, making me sleepy. But I didn't do the video this year on how to get your bees, and I had a customer who was interested in the difference between a nuke and a super nuke. So I thought we'd go ahead and do this video and explain a few things. So there's lots of ways to get bees. You can get bees by catching swarms that are in your neighbor's tree or downtown. You can set swarm traps up. I'm going to do a video in the next day or so on swarm traps, kind of how to set them up and what they do, and catch bees. But none of those are guaranteed, you know, to put bees in your box. I've sold bees to a lot of people in the spring that say, oh, we tried to catch bees last year and didn't work, so this year we're going to buy some. So if you're to that point that you want to buy bees, there are places that sell packages of bees, which is just 3 pounds of bees typically, and a queen, and then you put them in your box and equipment and they take off and do their thing. We don't sell that many of those around here. We don't have a lot of flows. So in the Midwest, where they're going to get, you know, bloom after bloom after bloom after bloom through the spring, they can really grow on that. Here we need to get up to full size by blackberry bloom, and that's our only flow. So we don't, you know, growing a package takes quite a bit longer. Where in a nuke, it comes with brood emerging and new brood and a queen that's actively laying. So we'll get into the explanation of my nukes and super nukes. So I've been going through my nukes here, cleaning some things up and getting frames in to replace the ones I'll take out and put in here that have bees in them. And so this is it's a plywood box, but it's not made out of the best plywood. It was some cheap stuff I got, but these boxes have gotten so expensive that I can keep my prices down on my nukes by making my own plywood boxes. So I've been doing that. So your nuke, when you buy it, will come full of bees. It'll have one frame with honey on it and one frame with pollen on it, and the center three frames will be bees. There will be brood in all stages in there. There'll be eggs to hatching or emerging bees, and there'll be a queen in there. And that gives them, if it's raining, you know, it gives them some food to put in, you know, to eat, some pollen to help raise the brood, and they're taken care of. You're not going to put them hungry into a box. And then you take these and you put them in your own equipment. So you've got your equipment set up and you bring and put it in. Now, if you're a brand new beekeeper and you ran down and bought brand new equipment, and all the frames inside of your box look like this, so that's waxed plastic foundation ready for them to draw comb on. You can see on this one where they've started drawing some and drawing it out. The problem can be if this nuke that I made you over here is really strong, they're gonna fill these 5 frames with bees really quickly. And those frames with foundation are not space. It's like a closet with no shelves. So as soon as these bees fill this 5 frames that they have that they can actually store things in, and there is no more room for the queen to lay eggs, they will build swarm cells and they will swarm. No matter if you've got 5 of those foundation frames in the box right next to them and 10 on top of their head, they will not use them. They need to draw them first. They don't have time to draw them. It takes time, it takes resources to draw comb. So and it happens every year. I get the call, I put my nuke in and they swarmed, and you go take a look and it's like, well, they didn't have anywhere else to put anything. So in my super nuke, which I've set up for new beekeepers that want to start in the spring and didn't, you know, buy equipment ahead of time and get set up and ready, and they realize how much, you know, new equipment is going to cost them, and then, you know, they got to get a suit and a smoker and a hive tool, and they still haven't even bought bees yet, and it kind of defeats them. So here we'll have there will be a bottom board, which is the board that holds the box off of your hive stand. It will look something like that. It'll be used. On top of that is a 10 frame box. And in this 10 frame box there is an in-hive feeder. It's old. It's hopefully it'll be somewhat clean. And there's 3 empty frames. There's hopefully it'll be partially drawn. This one's got a little bit drawn on it. This one's a frame they can use and fix and finish drawing out. And here's another one that's already started to be drawn, and they can work on it. So this will motivate them. They're like, okay, we've got a place we can store extra stuff, and we need to finish building, and they'll draw, comb. So it gives them a little space to move into and gets them stimulated. Then inside of this box will be the 5 frames that I just explained in the last box, installed in here with the bees, a frame of honey, a frame of pollen. On top of this will be a lid. So this is a telescopic lid. I will have to build some, so they will probably not have metal tops on them. They will be painted, because I'm running out of the used ones that I had, because I don't run that style of lid. What won't be in there on it that you do need is an inner cover. So this is an inner cover. The idea of this inner cover is that it goes on top of this, and then your lid goes on it. Gives the bees a little space, and you can get a pry bar in here to lift this if they glue it down. If they glue your lid to all these frames, you can't get it off without lifting all the frames at the same time. So that's basically the difference in the Nuke and the Super Nuke. I think that'll wrap it up.